Welcome to this week's Whole Week Costa. After a couple week hiatus for reasons we'll get into later.
That was an aggressive intro. It
Yeah,
looks like right in my ear.
yeah. Tonight on the beer table we have just some fridge beer from leftover beers because no one really wanted to stop, and it's a little later because Kev's schedule. He doesn't prioritize this. He prioritizes his family. Like who does that, right?
So dancing school schedule changed, but it wouldn't have mattered because Kelly gets out of work so late now on Mondays that it's going to benefit me because we're essentially not going to have to take Allie to this one dance class. One of her friends isn't going to do it. So and essentially the time we normally would finish work is when she'll get done this dance class. So it actually has no effect on whole week Costa.
Yeah.
But just benefits me.
So why is it just Monday she gets out that late?
Yeah, it's the main clinic day for the doctor she works with, and he's like super behind. So
Oh.
the office closes at like 4:30, and he finishes at like 6.
Okay. Now, is she hourly?
Yeah,
Oh, you want to hear some bullshit?
yeah,
So,
always.
because of Trump,
Yeah,
the taxes and everything, I did some research.
yeah,
So, starting September 13th or 18th, because of one of the tax things that went through, non-exempt employees
yeah.
don't get education assistant for graduate school.
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
at my job, and it's not just my company; it's a lot of other companies too.
Huh.
Yeah, because like the taxes they have to pay on it.
So
But
how-
exempt employees,
Yeah.
salaried employees,
yeah.
get it.
So how's that going to affect you though?
So I just can't get so I just got to pay everything out of pocket, so we don't get it.
Well, that sucks.
But it is kind of a spit in the face. It does add to the class divide.
Yeah, it really does.
It does because like we talked about, and you know this, everybody who listens.
Yeah.
Like I work a blue collar job. Like I don't always want to work a blue collar job, and we
Yeah.
talk about how just trying harder, you eventually end up doing better. So like
Yeah.
I'm trying harder, and I like fought for like this recent promotion that I got, and all this other stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is sweet. I'm gonna once I got done my prereqs, like I'm gonna apply because the education assistants
Yeah.
for the grad school didn't count towards prereqs, and
Yeah.
that was the rule before, and
Okay.
that's an understandable rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, well, you're switching majors completely, so if you have prereqs, like we don't really want to cover those. Like we want to cover like core classes because it is very expensive to get your master's.
Yeah.
And then I look at it, and like I look at it like September like 22nd,
Yeah.
and like September 18th, it says no longer if you're if you're non-exempt,
Mm.
and it's stupid because it is a class divide. It's
Yeah, it totally is.
executive, professional, and administrative.
Yeah.
Those. I mean, there's a lot of customer service jobs that get paid like shit,
Yeah.
but executive, professional, and administrative, those people typically get paid more.
Yeah.
Than the blue collar. Like they should be able to afford it better.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like skilled, like they get paid more than unskilled labor. Like I'm skilled labor, and
Yeah.
I don't get paid as much as like other skilled labor, like carpenters or electricians and everything.
Yeah.
But like, what if people like where I started in production, which is basically unskilled labor, when you start, you're bagging stuff and everything. What if they want to go to college? Like they go to college, they get their bachelor's.
Well, so we'll still pay for a bachelor's degree for those people?
Yeah, but here's the thing: if it doesn't have to do with your job, they won't pay for it. So
Well,
basically,
that's the way most places have always been, though.
yeah, but it is silly. Like if you're good, because our business manager has to approve it.
Yeah.
If they believe you're like a good worker and you've earned this, like if you're a shitty worker, you shouldn't get education assistance. You
Yeah.
know, if you're benefiting the company, like you work overtime, you have ideas, like you're just like a go getter.
Yeah.
You should get education assistance no matter what. Now if it's I understand that if it's nursing, you're never going to help out the thing, so that's not approved.
Yeah.
But if it's accounting,
Yeah.
and it's going to help out eventually, but your job doesn't relate to accounting, they won't do it.
One thing has to apply to something at the company. So, like,
Yeah, but you have to be in that position, like a position towards that already.
okay, because like the way most places work, so like since I work at Penn, like, if I did something related to the medical field at all, I could probably get it paid for, even if it's not in my direct job responsibilities, because Penn's a huge company that has like all these different areas that you could work. So like, so essentially your company wants to know they're going to get a return on their investment. So exactly. So as long as there's, something they could do with the company with that degree, I mean, they would probably pay for it, I would think. I don't
Right.
know.
It's because my degree, my degree, it's in the book. That's all you needed was a 3.0. You had to maintain a 3.0, which I did. I had a 3.4, and every year I applied, they go, it doesn't relate to your job. I'm
Huh.
like, but eventually it could. Yeah, but it doesn't relate to your job now. I'm
Yeah.
like, they sent me all these like deny, so I just paid for it, and like,
Yeah.
and now I'm still there, and I'm going for my. It's a good job for this because like the hours I work,
Yeah.
and I know the job, so it's not super stressful. So it's
Yeah.
like when I get home, I can actually do work. Like I'm not stressed out about my job. So,
That's good.
and then like, I probably shouldn't say this, but like I can print shit out too.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
that helps out a lot.
It was good. I don't know. Yeah, it sucks. Like, I mean, if they're not going to, what I was going to say is if they weren't paying for it anyway, I guess it really doesn't matter. But if you could get a guarantee they would pay for it, I wonder, how strict the job descriptions are at your company. If they could like cut you a deal, if it would make more sense to be like, okay, well, this is your money per hour, but you're salaried, and you say, well, I'll still work the Saturdays essentially for free, the Saturday mornings,
Right.
but you guys pay for my school because you would still make more money in the end.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
I sent an email. I'm working on that.
Yeah.
It's basically come back like we'll see what we can do, which is usually no.
Yeah.
But you try and try, but whatever. If
Yeah.
I pay it out of my pocket, like
Yeah.
they're
You'll make it back in
just
the long run.
yeah, they're just not gonna like. I have reviews. I get a review every 3 months because I ask for a review every 3 months just so I can move up.
That's a good idea, actually.
And like nobody else, like even my supervisor and my managers, like nobody asked for that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I'm doing something wrong, I need you to pull me aside and tell me.
That's
Like,
a good idea. If you're
yeah.
doing well, you should ask for a review to have the proof.
And I get
basically.
everything in writing to like move up
Yeah.
to these different positions. Like, so that's how I get it. And like nobody else does. Out of the 52 people I work with, nobody else does
Yeah.
it. So it's like I do that, and then it's like, well, I kind of want you guys to help me here,
Yeah.
with school because it's available. And now between the Trump tax thing, because it's not just my company.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the company could probably do it too, but a lot of other companies are like, hey, we don't want to be paying the taxes on this because
Yeah.
it is a lot of money.
Yeah.
So the bachelor's, you can get a 4-year bachelor's for the price of a 2-year graduate,
Yeah.
and probably even less.
Speaking of Trump, what do you think about this whole Kavanagh thing?
The Kavanaugh, real quick, I'll go back to that.
Yeah.
I've been reading about this deal, the trade deal between Canada and Mexico.
Yeah, I didn't see much about it. I know it was passed.
It's crazy. Everyone's happy, and he basically said, I passed this deal that I had in my back pocket. He basically said, I had this deal, I wrote it up, we had to negotiate, it's in my back pocket, I want the Republicans to do good in the midterms.
Yeah.
Because
That's
like
awesome.
even Trudeau
Yeah.
said this is a great deal. He's like the tariff on steel is still like steel and aluminum is an insult, but it's like every other part of the deal is like pretty good. And then another part of the deal which I liked is that if you work on car manufacturing, 75% of a car has to be built in America.
Okay.
So it is gonna like bring back jobs and everything.
Yeah.
And then you think like companies were like, well, we'll just produce in Canada. Or Canada, not Canada, Mexico.
Yeah.
So part of the deal is it's if it passes through Congress in November, like all three countries.
Yeah.
The part of the deal is that if you work on a car, no matter where you are, Mexico, you get paid at least the equivalent of $16 USD,
Okay.
which is a good thing. So it kind of, and then the import tariffs that Trump has on like the cars. So it's going to be harder to actually import cars.
Okay.
So it's like basically cars are gonna the big three think car prices are gonna go up,
Yeah.
but it's good for the economy in the long run but all three economies because people are gonna be making more money.
Yeah.
And then the private sector where manufacturing jobs they have tariffs, but they're making minimum wages on anything that gets imported.
Yeah.
So these workers, these farmers and like blue collar jobs.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to, and it's not just like the right wing media saying it's a great thing. Like 3 countries have come out and said, "Hey, this is great for all 3 countries. Like it's going to help the middle class in all 3 countries."
Yeah, I mean, I guess it will, I guess it help the economy overall. I guess if you don't want to buy an American car, because in my opinion, they're still kind of shit, then you're going to pay more for a different car. But
Yeah,
whatever.
but like you got to take a lot of car companies
Yeah,
have their factories in America
yeah,
because the import tariffs, even before Trump became president,
yeah,
was so high. They sell a $21,000 car. They have to sell it for 26 just to make back on the tariffs.
yeah.
So they actually build here. So now the person sweeping the floor at the car plant is making $16 an hour. Which I had this discussion last night
Yeah.
about the economy. The economy is crazy, and they're like, "Oh, this is wrong and that's wrong," and Jeff Bezos is a bad guy. When we were in high school, we couldn't come out of high school and make $14, $15 an hour.
Yeah.
The starting job, the minimum starting for Amazon is 14, 15,
Yeah.
right? And then my buddy works there. He gets it's not a cost of living. It's not a great raise, but he gets a quarter every 6 months, and then his year anniversary, he gets 50 cents.
Okay.
That's like 75 cents a year. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then he gets on. They get bonus checks if they do well, like for $400 or $500 a quarter, and then they do shit. Oh, they give you stock,
Yeah.
which he doesn't collect. He cashes like $2,300. Like a stock's like $2,300. He just cashes and buys shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you're getting all this like low income people and everything. I mean, Walmart's changing to $11, $12 an hour. Target starts at $12 an hour. A lot of these bigger companies have started paying better rates. I mean, you're not going to buy a house off of it,
Yeah.
but you'll be able to rent. You won't have to choose between electricity and food. You can get both.
So I go to Walmart to buy cheap shit. So I don't really care what they pay their employees. I don't know. Like, it's not my business.
Yeah, but
I don't
that's the
know.
thing. Amazon is like the Walmart
Yeah.
of the internet. But Amazon and Walmart are paying better.
Yeah.
When I got out of high school, minimum wage is all I could hope for.
Yeah.
With just a diploma, unless I got into a trade or something like that. And now people can get out of high school and they can live on their own. They really can. If they don't like a lot of luxury stuff, I mean, they should do better for themselves. Eventually. But I mean, like my friend Chris, who I used to live with, after 2.5 years, they made him a lead. He's making over $20 an hour.
Yeah, good.
I mean, he works
Yeah.
overnight, but then he gets stock options and bonuses and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, for a guy that got his GED when he's 16,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So that it's good. But if you switch over to the Kavanugh thing,
Yeah.
my opinion on it is,
Yeah.
if you're going for Supreme Court and there's any like real bad skeletons in your closet, the president's just got to go. We'll move on to the next one.
Well, the thing, but who doesn't? I mean, so I don't think you should be a Supreme Court judge, but I don't think it's for the bullshit. Like if they dredged up everything you've ever done in your life, could you stand up to public scrutiny? Like, I couldn't.
No.
Most people couldn't. I mean, it's ridiculous to go back to when someone was in high school
Right.
and and persecute them on that. And that's what it is. The fucking witch hunt. Like, it's insane. and honestly, he seems like a bad guy.
Yeah, he does.
Like just the way he talks, like just the way he responded to everything.
Right, and he has no temperament. Like he just started
Yeah.
yelling.
Yeah.
And then you're going like, well, that's not a judge. A judge's tone should be no more than this at any given time.
Yeah.
It's just you have to be what is it, bipartisan? No, not
Yeah.
bipartisan.
Yeah,
You have to be
bipartisan.
bipartisan.
Yeah.
And you have to be the thing where you don't take either side.
Yeah, I mean, the guy-
neutral, I guess.
Bipartisan.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's what it means.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's not very judgely,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't know. Like to me, I don't care what he did in high school. Like I don't care if you sexually assaulted that girl. I don't care if you raped her. I don't care if you fucking killed a guy. Like, I don't care. But the way he presented himself
Right. It's
was
not
like a
judgy.
disgrace. Yeah. I mean, like he cried multiple times. The John Oliver show made a joke about it, like, oh, maybe men are just too emotional to be on the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
I don't know, some was weird. Like I didn't see the full context, but he was like talking about weightlifting with his friends in high school and like got teary eyed about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like he just seems like a weird guy. He was just, I mean, what is it? The big backlash against in politics now? It's like, it's the arrogant rich white male. So this guy is a rich white male, so he acts as much of an arrogant prick as possible to everyone.
Right.
How is that going to get your nomination through?
Yeah, it's like if you're grilled, because they all have to be grilled and everything.
Yeah.
But if you're grilled, and that's one thing. But when the FBI is like, okay, enough people are complaining, where we actually have to investigate this.
Yeah.
You as a president, you just got to go up. I apologize, people. I'm gonna move on to the next one.
Yeah, that would probably be a smart move to do. To just, I mean, I think people would applaud that. Just be like, yeah, this guy wasn't who I thought he was. But that's like, so I was thinking about different stuff I've done in my life that would come up in like a Supreme Court, like, or like a hearing like this, and I was thinking about defenses for them, and they mostly would come down to like apologetic, right? Like they mostly come down to like, oh well, this is what I was thinking at the time. I don't think that way now. I was definitely wrong to do that. And I feel like, and especially him, I mean, as a lawyer, should know how to apologize without necessarily admitting guilt.
Look, I don't want to sound like a jerk off.
Yeah.
But if you ran for Supreme Court,
yeah,
like if you had that opportunity, you ran for one of the most powerful things in the United States.
Yeah.
And your wife came out against you. It's like, here's what he did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
But if someone gave me an envelope with $150,000, I'm like, I second that. Like money talks, bullshit walks. Like, there's going to be more people that go, look, we know you know something. And you're just like, yeah, I agree with her. And I'm like, sorry, Kev, here's 75. You know? Like that. Like, what do you want people to do? Like, if someone comes out against you for something like that, you just, like, as a president, like, I apologize to the people of the United States. I'm going to move on with my nomination. Like, but he's pushing so hard to get him nominated. Yeah. And it's like, that's not what you do. Like, if it came out like he accidentally hit a kid with a car, move on to the next one. You know, like even if it's an accident, like, you got to get a guy that, like, you got to get a person, a guy or a woman, where the dirt that they find on them, everybody can just go, yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah, like sexual assault, like, I can't see myself doing that. Yeah. So it's like, but if you, like, slapped an ice cream cone on camera, like, stupid kid, you're being a jerk, right? Everybody would be like, yeah, kids are jerks. You know.
See, but there's so many, I don't know. I think even with sexual assault. So you have to differentiate sexual assault and rape, right?
Right.
Like, holding someone down and having sex with them is different than sexual assault, right? Sexual assault is like unwanted advances.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's so hard to say what that means. Like without getting into both their heads at the time. I mean, I don't know. Like maybe he's just fucking stupid and, like, he just missed the signals. Like, maybe he aggressively, like, did stuff to her. Like there's just a whole giant gray area in between. Like, I don't know. Like we just don't know, right? And if he'd done it last year when he was already a judge, that's bad enough, But to do it when he was in high school, I mean, who the fuck knows what they're doing in high school?
Yeah, but here's the thing: if he did it, and I can't, and, like, obviously, neither one of us condoning the behavior.
Yeah,
whatever shit happens, people are gonna argue, and it's not good. You don't want it to happen, whatever. But here's the thing: if he went up there and he goes, maybe I drank too much, I blacked out, I apologize for my behavior.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I haven't had an incident since then. I hope you don't judge me too harshly. Like, I'll stand up for the rights of whenever I can. Like, just apologize and say, like, you know what I mean? Like, but he went up there yelling. Like, it's the opposite of what you're doing. You're like, you don't have the temperament of being a judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, I feel like if he did that, I mean, he still might not be qualified to be a judge. Like,
right.
Like, he might still not get through, but I mean, the story would be very different.
Right.
I mean, I think if you're skillful enough, you could almost spin it
And if you're a lawyer, you should be able to spin it.
Yeah.
Like if he was a lawyer and he's like, look, I want you to be my client, and I saw that shit, I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
If you can't spin your own stories, if you can't spin out your own stories, what are you gonna do for me?
Yeah, but like I feel like if you were skillful enough, you could almost spin it where like people feel bad for you that you're getting persecuted.
Right.
Like there's a way to do it.
And he wants to reverse Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like, how are you gonna take rights away from people? Like,
Yeah.
you're insane.
Yeah, well, I mean that's part of the issue, I guess. I guess almost any judge they put through is going to do that. But which I mean just seems crazy. I mean that's I don't know. I don't even know what I can't even understand what the implications of that would be, honestly.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like, if they're gonna nominate a judge, he's going down party lines, and it's like judges shouldn't be Republican or Democrat, or they should just be a judge. You know what I mean? Like, here's the law of the land. Here's what I like, and then they should, like, the next judge should be for people's rights. That's what it is.
So here's an interesting thing today. So I saw one part of the story covered, and the most important part was not covered. Was one of the Republican senators, I guess at a recess of this, this whole debacle, a couple activists who had been sexually assaulted themselves basically cornered him and like told them their story. And apparently he was moved by it enough that when he came back, he grabbed one of the Democratic senators and pulled him in a side room. And when they came back out, they were like, we're gonna have an FBI investigation. We're doing it. Like, fuck it, we're doing it. And then they point blank asked the Republican senator, because he's retiring after this term, and they asked him, if you were running for re-election, would you call for an investigation? And he said, absolutely not. He said there is no advantage to working with the other side. He basically said, as a politician, it doesn't benefit him in any way to do bipartisan stuff. So if he was getting reelected, he absolutely wouldn't call it. He would fight an investigation.
Right.
Which is, I don't know. I feel like I've seen a lot of different, just different YouTube creators I watch that have done analysis of like the American political system. That's what it is. Like the incentive system, it's not there's bad people in there. It's that we have a totally broken incentive system that incentivizes you to be as partisan and bigoted and, one way as possible to get reelected. Like it doesn't benefit you in any way. At the end of the day, like you have to protect yourself.
Right.
I don't know. In any job, like I work in healthcare. Like if, I can't, even if from time to time it might benefit a particular patient. Like I can't do unethical things, because I could lose my job, and it's
you could go to jail.
Yeah, you go exactly. So same things for these politicians. Like they're incentivized to not do the right thing. So why would they do the right thing ever? And then this guy said it black and white today.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Trump said it black and white.
Yeah.
He did this deal because A, he wanted the deal.
Yeah.
And B, he said, I want Republicans to do good in the midterms.
Yeah.
And before this, he was a Democrat.
Yeah.
But the fucking Democrats laughed him out.
Yeah.
They thought he wasn't good enough for the party.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
I feel like Trump's almost like, so I used to joke about, like, back when things were funny, back when you joke about stuff. Since I am a Republican because I believe in the financial end of being a Republican. I used to joke about the fact that like global warming didn't exist and like abortion was wrong and stuff, just because like that's what like Republicans believe. And I feel like that's just what Trump's doing. He became a Republican, so he was like, oh yeah, no, global warming doesn't exist. Like it's like he like joked about it and then it got real in his head. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I had a conversation last night about like the Democrats. Like I guess like I believe in a lot of libertarian views.
Yeah.
Like socially liberal.
Yeah.
Fiscally conservative. Like that's how I am.
Yeah.
Where the Republicans like the reverse, and Democrats are like both.
Seriously,
Yeah.
like a Republican that doesn't hate gays.
Yeah.
Is like what a libertarian is.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Um, Except libertarians also don't want as much spending. Like they want spending to more social programs in schools
No, but
and
that's
everything.
no Republicans. That's the Republican financial thing is that small government. You don't want to spend money on social programs and stuff like that.
No,
So
libertarians want to spend.
yeah,
Yeah, they want to expand social programs. But anyway, so it's like the reason why Democrats had such a hard time is because the Democrats think they're smarter than everyone, and they are really elitist. Like they are elitist people.
yeah,
Like the guy who's president was laughed out of the Democratic Party.
yeah.
And Hillary Clinton was a terrible person. You know, she's a good politician. She's a bad campaigner, and she's a bear. Like she's ruthless.
Well, there was a guy. So it's a YouTube channel, Charisma on Command, and he's a guy. So he does he's basically a charisma coach. So he has like this online university where you can take like to be more charismatic, and he does.
I need that.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. It's like I'm like I follow Athlete X for like, for like he's an athletic trainer guy, and he reminds me of him for like being charismatic. Um, but essentially, he has a few videos on why Trump is so effective, and that's sort of what it comes down to is that Trump boiled his message down to simple sound bites and versus like the Republicans he ran against in the primary and Hillary Clinton like thought they were so clever and like had all these big arguments and stuff and people gave no shits about them. Like he talks about how like when he was doing like when he started in the Republican primaries, he was by far not a favorite. So instead of getting a message out, he just one by one tore down each of his opponents. And he did it by like I think it was Jeb Bush. He called weak. So like every time like his name came up, he like called him weak. So like he just got in people's heads like, oh well, he's weak. And then like Ted Cruz is like lying Ted Cruz. So then like whenever it was, so then like they would show like Ted Cruz, we'll be like chant like lying Ted, and he just like would just get these things that were like billboard things that would like stick in people's heads. He didn't try to have some complex message. And he compared it to who was like. I can't remember. Who was like who's the guy that like all the potheads vote for? Like the
Gary.
yeah,
The guy I voted for.
yeah. So they compared it to him, who has like this, they showed some big long-winded speech he had, where like in the end, like it was like a message that would be like good for people, but had like some bad things too, versus like make America great again,
Yeah.
and like one obviously got more attention, and then they showed some of the Hillary stuff, and the biggest thing that the guy like really pointed out that was just stupid as possible was Hillary's like on her campaign website. One of the things was like love Trump's hate. And the guy's like, "Oh my god, like she has his name in her campaign slogan."
Right.
Like how much could you not get it?
Right,
That
right.
you're like you're advertising your opponent on your own website.
Yeah.
And they just and basically the Hillary campaign just didn't get it. Just didn't get how to use social media. Just didn't get how the world works nowadays.
Well, yeah. Part of the conversation I had with like a super Democrat last night,
Yeah.
is he kept talking about how the wages weren't as good, and he's comparing everything to like the 50s and 60s, like
Yeah.
economically, and like we should get back to those where people have a living wage.
The women are at home cooking.
No, not even that. Just the living wage and the economics and
Yeah.
everything, and talking about how like people got paid more and the this and that and everything. And I go, what are you talking about? Like that's old thinking. Like you're basically the other end of Make America Great
Yeah.
again. And you're old thinking. Like we're not a manufacturing country. I mean, we do a ton of manufacturing,
Yeah.
but we're not a manufacturing country. We're software and technology.
Yeah.
Those jobs don't exist. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like people, and I hate to say it, people have to educate themselves to understand what's going on. People have to educate themselves in the fields that are growing.
Yeah, we invent
We're-
stuff and the rest of the world steals our patents and shit, and
we're
then makes the
not-
money off it.
We're not a manufacturing country, so when people go manufacturing job, we're bringing even Trump, we're bringing the manufacturing jobs back. We're bringing these jobs. We don't fucking want it.
Yeah.
We're like, dude, IT is one of the biggest businesses in the United States, and people make tons of money in IT. And like, I don't want to do IT, obviously, but it's like people have to understand that they're not ever going to make $24 an hour turning one screw, into a car. Because manufacturing jobs, we don't do it anymore because we do something better. It's called not break our backs and make money.
Yeah, well, that's one of the criticisms, so, and again, this was a great thing, or a great, campaigning thing that Trump did was, he went on about the coal jobs to like win those states, and it was literally like, or the jobs that he could potentially bring back were literally like a few thousand jobs. Like it wasn't anything that would even change the local economy of these places. And the amount of jobs he actually brought back were like a few dozen jobs.
Right.
like I mean, it was, it's sort of like what you're saying. Like there's like there isn't some big coal boom that's ever going to happen again.
Right. And then you have something like warehousing.
Yeah.
Warehousing's huge. If the economy good, warehousing is great.
Yeah.
And like people like Jeff Bezos doesn't pay their employees well. Well, I mean, if you're working in the warehouse, you don't get paid well. Everybody else gets paid well.
Yeah.
Because we need those workers anyway. But like if you don't educate yourself and get an education, you're not going to have those high paying jobs anymore. Yeah. And then even Jeff Bezos says he's like I don't really care about my employees. I'm customer service based.
Yeah.
Like I care about my customers and what they get. And like that's how he makes money because like he is the most customer centric company in the world. Like he cares about his customers, so people keep buying from him. And if people are going to complain about Jeff Bezos and Amazon, well, I don't know, stop shopping at Amazon.
Yeah.
But you know what I want? I want something weird for $3.95 with free shipping. You know, that's what I want.
Yeah, I don't know. So we both went to the Renaissance Fair separately this weekend.
Didn't know.
Yeah. So I'll tell you my whole I guess even just from Saturday, my whole Sam story. So I want to be like as cool as Sam. I don't know.
No one's gonna be as cool as Sam.
So like we get there, and it's the Renaissance Fair, so it's all like people are dressed up in armor and
see. I went for a different reason. It was Renaissance Fair. I love the Renaissance Fair. I never stayed to the end. The end was awesome.
Yeah.
The final battle with like explosions and shit.
Yeah.
The French King was all fucking awesome.
Okay.
At first, I didn't want to sit on the French side, but then the French King was super charismatic.
Yeah.
And it was Oktoberfest, so I drank a lot of beers.
So there's some people in Lederhosen because of the Oktoberfest.
There was a chick in Lederhosen, and she was like 6'2", like my kind of girl, like tall, skinny, like 6'2". Like I was like, Rachel's like, stop looking. Like, what? How? Huh?
But it's all medieval stuff. But it's like we get there, and one of the first stores we went into. We went to a couple other stores, and then there was like a weapon shop. And like when I was describing the Renaissance Fair to Sam, because he'd only been there a couple of years ago, so he was only like one at the time. I was talking about some of the stuff they have there and the stores they have, and then he was like, "Oh, you think there's like a Captain America shield?" And I was like, "I don't know, we'll see." So it was like the store. It was a store that sells all the wooden shields. So I was like, "Oh, So we were across the nest. I was like, "Oh, Sam, let's go look for a shield." So he goes in, he picks up like a katana first, like a plastic katana, and then he's like, and then I was looking around. I was like, "Oh, I want to see if there's something else." So then he sees like this wooden scimitar. He's like, "Oh, that's what I'm getting." So he grabs a wooden scimitar. And
what's a scimitar?
It's like the curved like Arabian like pirate sort of blade.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
So it's this like big. So it's like big wooden scimitar. So then he was super excited about it. So then he's like just carrying along. And the next store we go in, there's like a hat store across the way. So we go in there and we're trying to figure out like what goes with the scimitar. So then my brother-in-law was there too. And he was like, "Oh, well, it's like a pirate sword. Like you should get like a pirate hat." So then we tried all this pirate stuff on Sam, and he he just kept taking it off. And then he saw these giant steampunk goggles. So then he's like, I'm getting them. So we're like, okay. So, but then at that point, Sam's basically a Final Fantasy character. So because he's little, he has a big head, he has big eyes. He has his hair. He needed a haircut, but he has like really straight hair. So he has the steampunk goggles like up on his forehead. He has like his hair's like spiked up over the goggles. He is like he sort of slouches along. He's like dragging his scimitar behind him. Like he was just like straight out of a Final Fantasy game.
Now, if it was not a scimitar and
Yeah.
it was like a Zweihander,
Yeah.
like a 7-foot sword,
Yeah.
like, you know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if he had one of those, like he would definitely have been like a Final Fantasy character. Like if his sword's twice the length of him.
Well, it was like big enough to him that he was dragging it on the ground. So
Oh, okay. So I tried to buy a wooden one,
Yeah.
and Rachel said no.
why?
I don't know, because there's no place to put a 7-foot. I mean, my house is only 14 feet long.
Yeah.
So,
So it could fit. So then so we're sort of walking around like that, and then we get to and then we go to the first joust. And we sort of knew that was all we were going to go to because we were leaving a little early because we had something else to do later on that I'll talk about. So we go to the first joust. So we sit sort of. So we ended up sitting on the French side.
oh, you were on the French side.
Yeah.
So like you were like right by us.
So we were sitting in on the grass.
Oh, okay.
Which I saw the dumbest lady. So this lady was just had her head so far up her ass. So we were sitting on like so there was like a swamp.
Like
basically.
physically or
essentially
figuratively.
So there's essentially a swamp like on our side because I guess with all the rain recently, because there was like the edge of the ring, and then there was a good 10 feet of like unpassable terrain because it was just like
It was muddy.
yeah. I mean it was beyond muddy. It was like quicksand mud. It was like so wet.
Like you had like if you had Sam and he walked in it, he would be gone.
He would have been
like
stuck.
It would
Yeah.
be a scimitar.
So we're sitting right on the edge of it. So so maybe like 2 or 3 feet back. So like a bunch of people were crossing like right in front of us walking by because they realized how bad it was. This lady, like, I forget if she's on her cell phone or what, but she's wearing like a dress and like heels and just like charges by us and just like slops right into like the muck. And like literally like and her heel like flipped up the mud. So like literally the entire back of her, like it looked like she fell in the mud. She was totally covered in mud and like still didn't get it. Like walked like 5 or 6 more steps. Like, I mean, the mud was up to her ankles and like didn't fucking get it.
Was
Like
Sam laughing?
no, I mean, I think I was the only one that really watched the whole thing because like everybody else thought she fell, and I was like, no, she didn't fall. She just had no idea where the fuck she was.
I hate people like that.
It was amazing to watch. But anyway, so we're watching the joust. Sam just digging in the sword in the ground with his sword. He doesn't care. The joust ends. Allison goes, "That was the most boring thing I've seen in my entire life." so the kids are less impressed than when I was their age watching this stuff.
Oh, dude, I 30 years old.
Yeah.
I still loved it.
Yeah.
But like the N one,
Yeah,
they
that's
had
much
like
better.
they had the kings,
Yeah.
and it was like the 3 the 3 people on each side like jousted each other,
That's
and there was
cool.
like a giant fight, and then the knights double crossed the kings, and then
Yeah.
like the French king like cut a guy in half, and then like stabbed another guy with both his swords. And he was like super charismatic.
That's cool.
It was great.
But then some were walking out. You know, we're sitting on the French side, so we're booing the English knights. So some were walking out. So Sam's got his goggles on. He's dragging.
Did you see the hype girl with like the hat on that was like
Yeah, I think
standing in the
so.
front? Yeah, towards the end of that,
Yeah.
like the last, she was totally drunk.
Huh.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So we're walking out. So Sam's dragging the sword behind him, and then one of the English knights is like standing there. So I'm like Sam, it's one of the bad guys. So Sam goes, okay. So he walks up like 3 feet in front of the guy, puts his goggles down, holds his sword up, and just looks at the guy. I don't know what his plan was, but he knew he was a bad guy, and Sam wasn't taking his shit. So he is just looking at him. So then the guy's looking back at him, and it was like an uncomfortably long time. I was standing off to the side. It was maybe like between 5 and 10 seconds, but it felt like a long time with them just looking at each other, and Sam holding his sword up. And then finally the guy's like, "You want to take a picture?" And Sam's like, "Yeah." And he puts his goggles back up and stands next to the guy. He somehow detected Sam's secret weakness, which is that he loves when people take pictures of him.
Oh, really?
There's so many people that probably have Facebook photos of like, oh, some weird kid at this party, because like when we go to birthday parties and stuff, if they're taking pictures like the birthday kid, Sam's like, "Can you take a picture of me?" So like just whoever it is.
It's pretty funny.
But yeah, so that was, and then like the rest, I don't know, that was about the story. Like the rest of it was fine. It was impossible to eat. It was the most crowded I've ever seen this place.
We didn't have a problem at all. She ate all day.
Well, so
I just ate whatever she didn't eat.
So we got in line. When we first got there was one line that wasn't totally crazy. It was like the fries and chicken fingers line. And then we got up to the front, and they don't take the card. You need cash or like the stupid coins that they sell there.
Yeah, the whole thing's cash only. So we brought like $180.
I mean, none of the stores are. You can
Well,
buy
I
shit
mean,
in the
all
stores.
like the food and the beer and
Yeah,
everything.
which
it's
is
all cash
bullshit
only.
because it's 2018. I don't give a shit what time it is there. It's 2018 in real life. Take my fucking credit card. But the reason why they do it is because they make you buy the stupid coins there, so hopefully you won't spend them all. So they like steal your money basically. But like if you don't have cash, you can just do that. And like the ATMs are super hard to find, and they always have long lines too. But yeah. So then by the time I got cash and got back there, there was like 50 people in line, and it was like all the food places had like 50 people in line. Like we waited a half hour to finally get food after we saw the joust. It was like not till like 3 PM did we actually eat, like the first time that day. But so we left there, and then we had like a couple hour drive back, and like the kids slept in the car and stuff, and then we were going to a party that night. So this is my other.
What kind of party?
So it was like one of Kelly's friends, Amanda, who we're not like super close friends with.
Oh, so like an adult party or?
Well, so yes and no. So there was it was adults and kids there.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Our night is we stayed to the final joust.
Yeah.
Then we watched the people with the glass making one, the glass blowers.
Yeah.
We watched them, and then like we were still drinking,
Yeah.
and we stayed at a suite like 20 minutes away.
That's cool.
Like the it's not Comfort Inn and Suites. It
Yeah.
was just Comfort Suites.
Oh, yeah.
And like there was
I
like
know what you're talking about.
yeah, there was like a couch in there.
Yeah.
There was like a pool which you didn't use. Then like the breakfast was like really good. Like
Okay.
it was like a hot breakfast. They had like the waffle thing, but they had
Yeah.
like eggs and bacon and gravy. And so there's a lady there, and like Rachel would sit down, and I was going to get like a biscuit or some shit like
Yeah.
that. And the lady turns to this like girl, I was like 16, 17, like just like, hey sir, have a good breakfast. Like she's just filling up the biscuits and everything, like
Yeah.
super sweet. You know what I mean? Like super nervous and everything still. And this lady like turns around and excuse my language, but she was like super cunny. And she goes, and this bacon was like basically well done.
Yeah.
Right? Like all the basic was basically well done.
Sounds good.
And she puts like all this bacon on her plate. She turns to this girl and she goes, is there any way you guys can crisp this bacon up more? And the lady goes, and the girl goes, no, I'm sorry. Like if we cook it anymore, it'll probably just get burnt. And the lady goes, oh, why? And like takes the bacon over a trash can, swipes it off with her fingers into the trash can.
That's annoying.
Everyone like that saw this like confrontation go down.
Yeah.
We were like, what? And then she turns around, like gives this girl a dirty look, and the dirty girl's like, or the young girl's face was like all red. She looked like she was about to tear up, and it's like, my God, you should just apologize because you're a terrible person.
Yeah, you waste all that bacon.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 slices.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
I was picturing more bacon in my head, but she's still an asshole.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You were picturing like a mound of
Yeah.
bacon, like she had picked up the tray and dumped it on her paper plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody was like, nice. It was great. Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that one time when I was in high school, like with my parents. Like we stayed over there. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, because they have the 2 hotels that are right by the place, but we stayed at the one like 20 minutes away because they had the special where it's like you get tickets in the hotel and you get like the breakfast and all this other stuff.
That's worth it.
But it was far enough away where you don't get all like the people. It's all rowdy and everything because like
all the rowdy Renaissance fair.
Oh my God, it was so rowdy.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So the party we went to that night. So Sam knew like probably 80% of the people there, but didn't know like the girl whose house it was, or like her boyfriend, or like their kids. They had like an older kid, maybe like 10 or 11. So like we get there, and like at this point, Sam's asleep for like a couple hours in the car. So we like wake him up. So he's still like real groggy walking in. He's still wearing his steampunk goggles. And then like we walk in, and like they were gonna take a picture of all the kids in the other room. So Sam walks in there, and then he walks back, and he's all sad, and he has his goggles off. So like we just walked in, and then we're already thinking like, oh, we're asking Sam like, oh, did someone like make fun of your goggles, or like what's the deal? And then he's like, no, I still want to wear them. So then we found out later they wanted him to take them off for the picture. like it was fine. He was just being real cranky about it.
Oh, so nothing happened. They were like,
Yeah.
Sam, just please take it off for your picture.
Yeah. He was real cranky about it. So which I don't know, which in the picture he's like has a big cheesy smile. So I guess just his love of having pictures of himself taken
Oh, right.
overrode his being upset about having to take his goggles off.
But
Like, I
as
don't
soon
know.
as soon as the picture was over,
Yeah,
he's like,
it's-
"Oh, I'm cranky."
He was pissed off. Yeah. So then so it sounded like we we got him to eat something because he didn't really eat much all day because he only eats fries and chips and stuff. Um, and then like all the kids were like upstairs playing. So he like goes upstairs with all them. And then like 10 minutes later, like one of the other, like the only other boy that was there besides the older kid that lived there, like comes running down because like the older boy like threw him on the bed or something. He was all upset. So then like we already think Sonny made fun of Sam's goggles. Now we're like, oh, now they're like fighting upstairs. So we're waiting for Sam to come down. Then I was gonna be like, oh, just stay down here with me or whatever. So then like an hour goes by. And we don't see Sam. Meanwhile, every other kid's come down 3 times at least to like cry about something. But not Sam's the only one we don't see. So then like one time Allie comes down and we're like, Allie, what's Sam doing? And then she was like, oh, he's fine. He was talking to the lady that owns the house for a little while, and Allie's sitting by himself. And I was like, well, like, what's he doing? She's like, he's just sitting by himself. He's fine. I was like, okay. And then a little bit later, Sam comes down holding a popsicle. So we found out later what Sam's sequence of events was. Is he went upstairs. They were playing music, so he's dancing for a while. And then and then he found the house who he's never met before and was like, hey, can you put on Incredibles for me? And then sat in, I guess, her bedroom, who's never been in before, by himself and watched Incredibles for a while.
Like the Incredibles,
Like
the movie.
The movie, yeah.
1 or 2.
I don't know which one.
Yeah.
Watched the Incredibles for a while by himself in this random person's house he's never been in. And then came out and got the kid that was a bully and asked him to get him a popsicle. And then he did. So then Sam came down eating this popsicle, and then like no joke, he like climbed. It was the high kitchen chairs, so he climbs on the kitchen chair with his popsicle. He puts his feet up on another chair, and he has his arm up on the table, and he's just eating his popsicle, watching everybody.
Did he watch the entire film?
No, we watched like about half of it. So because he was gone for about an hour. So I guess he probably did watch a lot of it because I mean when you take out they're not that long. But I was just like, yeah, so in this random person's house he didn't know, had him put on the Incredibles, sat in a random bedroom he's never been in before, watched it by himself. Like meanwhile, Allie won't be alone in her bedroom at our house.
Yeah.
And then had the kid and then had the bully kid get him a popsicle.
Yeah.
And then came down and just watched everybody for a little while and just like by himself was chill about it.
Did he bully the bully?
I mean I guess so.
Hey, get me a popsicle.
So I don't know. So he's just like I don't know. He's probably cooler than I'll ever be.
Yeah, probably.
So I don't know. And
You've lost it. You're
Yeah.
lost. So.
Although we got home super late, and so then we were going to the movies the next day. So we woke him up at like 9 a.m. on Sunday, and he literally cried. He was like, "I don't want to get up. I want to sleep." So I don't know. So again, the probably the opposite of most kids. Yeah. But and then we made him go in the bathroom and pee, and he literally like bounced off the walls trying to get down the hallway to the bathroom. he was like so like asleep still.
What movie did you see?
Smallfoot.
Oh, was it good?
It was the most heavy-handed, like indoctrinating kids against like Trump isolationism movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really?
Oh my God. The opening song is about how if you have any questions, you should just push them down. So it's like, okay, well, we know where this is going. Because it's basically this closed off society where they like follow strict rules. And it's basically like, if you ever want to question the rules, don't. Like that's what the opening song is about.
That's not good.
And then, and then like it goes on that they find out that the rules are wrong basically, and find out that a lot of some of the stuff they believed isn't correct. So then the main character gets basically banished for like speaking out. And then there's this big whole rap number by Common, who was the voice of like one of the main guys, that describes spoilers for Smallfoot, by the way, that describes that he knows all the rules are bullshit, but the rules are to protect people because if they didn't have the rules, basically people would kill them since they're like Yetis.
Right.
But then the most disappointing thing was, so they set up this whole like dystopian ending, and granted it's a kids movie, but to this point you've been pretty heavy handed with a dystopian isolationism future. So obviously you didn't think it was that much of a kid's movie then. So they set up this whole ending where they just say, you know what, fuck it, we're just still going to be isolationists. We're just going to pretend we're going to believe the bullshit. But then instead they have everyone hug and it's fine, and the people in the Yetis get along and it's all awesome. So it like the ending made me mad because like the filmmakers were like afraid of their own conclusion. Like they refused to like commit. I don't know if it was them or maybe the studio bullied into it.
The animation's different. The voices are different.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, this is a totally different movie.
Yeah, but they set off this like dark payoff at the end that just they chickened out of. Like it was kind of stupid.
So, all right, you want to hear something? And we talked about this before, but
Yeah.
I have a good feeling about this.
Yeah.
So DC, and I've been looking into it. Almost as much as
Shazam?
this trade deal.
Okay.
I've been looking at both. That's pretty much what I did at 4 a.m. this morning, and then like at lunch and shit like that. But so the new Joker origin movie, which is being filmed right now in North Jersey.
Not Jared Leto, thank God.
No.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's like the DC Dark Universe.
Yeah.
And it's Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay.
And they film it.
good.
It's taking place in the 80s.
Yeah.
And I don't think it even has Batman in it.
Okay.
It has the Batman's dad.
Okay.
Like he's not stopping him. He's just
The Bat Dad.
yeah.
The Bat Dad from South Park.
Yeah. So I think like with Joaquin Phoenix and Todd Phillips is directing, the guy from the Hangover movies.
Yeah.
But he also did like War Dogs and everything. And it's obvious studio control and everything. But Joaquin Phoenix, like, I think it might actually be good.
Could be.
And I'm like, I hope this is like gonna be good.
Yeah, I just don't know. I just think they just don't get it in general. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Like he's not gonna get arrested because it's before Batman.
Yeah.
So it's like if Batman's dad's still alive, because they cast a guy. It was going to be Alec Baldwin,
Okay.
but it's not. It's another guy. So I feel like
you know what they should. You know who Batman's dad should be?
Huh.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Because he's a terrible fucking Batman. Like he's too old and fat to be Batman.
yeah, probably. But so it's not Jared Leto, and it's a totally different continuity. It's a totally different continuity to the Jared Leto Joker.
Well, how are they gonna do that?
It's a whole different universe.
So they're gonna have the DCEU, and then they're gonna have the DCEDU,
The dark DC.
the DCEDU.
Yeah,
That's
So,
stupid. That's stupid. Why not just have it one fucking continuity?
because they want to make dark films and then they want to make family films.
But why not just figure out how to do them together?
Why?
Like they could do them together.
I know, but that's not the point. The point is,
Yeah.
this might actually be a good film because Joaquin Phoenix is like a pretty good actor,
He is a good
and like
actor.
Todd Phillips, like say what you want, like he's done a lot of comedy films, but like he's done like a good job at movies. So
Yeah. Do you know that Cameron? What's his name? James Cameron.
James Cameron, Terminator 2 guy.
He's only directed like 7 films in his life.
Yeah.
But they've all been mega blockbusters.
Yep.
But he's going to basically dedicate the next 2 decades to making more Avatar films.
He's making the Terminator films.
He's going to make more Avatar films too. Like
Yeah.
a bunch more Avatar
So
films.
essentially, after Terminator 2,
Yeah.
he's retconning Terminator, all the other 4 Terminators,
Okay.
and the next Terminator takes place after Terminator 2.
Okay.
So Sarah Connor's like still alive and everything. And then the Halloween movie that's coming out with Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yeah.
they're retconning everything after 1. So essentially, this new Halloween movie takes place like when Michael Myers at the end of Halloween steps out the window and the cops get him. Well, the second one, they take him to the sane asylum and he like escapes or kills policemen or whatever. This one, like as soon as he steps out the window, they arrest him and they put him in jail. And this one takes place like 30 years after that or 40 years after that. So it's like she's been preparing her whole life for her brother to come back.
Okay.
So like this movie looks good too.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you see the trailers for Shazam?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's gonna be like. I mean, it could be funny. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand from the trailer what they're going for. Like, is it gonna be like is it supposed to be like teen? Like, is this supposed to be like Spider-Man, like more of like a teen discovery, coming of age movie? Is it supposed to be like fucking Deadpool, where it's like funny? Like I don't understand what they're trying to do with it.
Spider-Man's dope,
Yeah.
and the Venom movie is going to be shit. But the
Yeah.
Shazam movie, I don't know what direction they're going into.
Do you think? So is the Venom movie? What is it? Is it PG? Is it PG-13?
PG-13.
I'm really debating because I know that I shouldn't take Sam to see it, but he knows who Venom is and he wants to see it. But I mean, I feel like it's going to be like a violent movie. I don't really know.
How about we go see it?
Yeah,
And
we can do that.
Like, I'll go see it with you.
Yeah.
We'll do a whole week Costa trip one day.
Yeah, we can preview it first.
And then you can see if you take Sam. I mean, you have a week, so.
Because he knows Venom because he knows he's related to Spider-Man. So and he's talked about the Venom movie a little bit. But
What are you doing next Tuesday night?
I'll be with Sam.
Oh,
Yeah.
you get them because it's $5 movies.
Okay. Yeah. No, every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, so I'll go see I'll see a matinee with you.
Maybe we could do a When does it come out?
It's Friday.
Okay. So I think I'm only working like Saturday evening this
Yeah.
weekend. Weirdly, like there were no shifts available.
Right.
You do like a Sunday morning matinee maybe.
Sunday morning. I'm busy Sunday, but if you want to do Saturday morning matinee, is that possible?
I might be able to.
We're making plans on the podcast.
Okay.
So I got bad news.
Yeah.
Here's the bad news.
Yeah.
My Oktoberfest cup,
Yeah.
I checked, made in Italy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fake.
Yeah. I'm
Bullshit.
very upset. I was looking at it.
Yeah.
So.
I could maybe do Saturday. I have to double check to see if I really am just working in the evening or not. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that bad news, let's end this week's Whole Week Costa. Thanks for listening.